CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, the rain is moving out and cooler weather moving in, but we are bracing for a very busy hurricane season. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera joins us with more on the hurricane outlook.
Yeah, we'll take it one piece at a time there. As far as the hurricane, today, Colorado State University put out their outlook for the 2024 season. These are researchers out at Colorado State University. We look at their numbers, of course, but the NOAA National Hurricane Center numbers don't come out until late May. And of course, that's a range, and we'll talk more about that as we get closer. But here's what Colorado State is predicting, and they've never done this before. This is about as high, in fact, it is as high as they've ever predicted as far as any named storms. 23, that would technically put us over into the second list of names. So that's how many storms we're talking about. Out of those 23, 11 would become hurricanes, and then 5 out of those 11 would become major hurricanes. So once the NOAA NHC outlook comes out, I think you're going to have a pretty similar range. Why? Because we're all looking at the same numbers, and it does have the potential to be a pretty active season. In fact, well above average. Ingredients are coming together, signals that we look at for, the development, not just of tropical storms and hurricanes, but once they develop, how intense they can get. And so one of the things, of course, we always talk about is the ocean heat. We have had temperatures we've never seen in the open Atlantic. That is the fuel for the hurricanes. The pattern that we call La Nina also favors reduced wind shear, which is something that, hurricanes don't like. We had that last year. That's why we didn't have so many landfalls in the U.S. But this year, the wind shear, because of La Nina, is going to go down, and that will allow for the storms that do develop to continue to intensify and perhaps become even intense hurricanes because of the water temperature. So two things. Here is what we look at, the equatorial Pacific. When these waters turn blue, that's below average. That's a La Nina setting up. So that's going to favor activity across the Atlantic that won't get sheared up by these strong upper level winds. Then the other area we look at, of course, is what we call the main development region. That is where the storms do develop. And right now they have temperatures that we haven't seen this warm this early in any given year. So that whole setup will bode for a above average season, if not what they call hyperactive here. But as I always say, it only takes one. We could have 30 storms. If none of them come here, we're looking good. As far as our local forecast here, this is what you need to know. The rain is out of the way, as Najahe mentioned. The clouds are breaking up as well, and we're going to be looking at a chilly night tonight with temperatures in the upper 50s. That's going to be the big story here. Low 60s across portions of the coast where temperatures will be a little bit milder. Forecast going into tomorrow, we'll have temperatures with gorgeous sunshine and low humidity approaching 80 degrees, and that is going to set us up for a fantastic weekend. Both weekend days, sunny skies, and temperatures average for this time of year.
A major break in a cold case. A man accused of committing a murder in South Florida more than 20 years ago has been arrested. The victim's mother is speaking today. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor has her testimony and tells us where the suspect was arrested.
Najahe, the suspect, Kareem Lightbourne, was arrested in the Dominican Republic. The mother of the victim is very grateful today to deputies from BSO and the FBI. The subject, now 47, showed up in Broward's bond court this morning. He asked to have a private attorney to handle his case and not a public defender. Kareem Lightbourne allegedly entered the residence of his ex-girlfriend in Lauderhill in December of 2002. According to police, he shot and killed Kirk Ennis, who was 23 years old at the time. Apparently, the suspect thought the victim was dating his ex-girlfriend. This morning, the mother of the victim told CBS News Miami she had been informed about the arrest of Lightbourne.
My heart is at joy. I tell you the truth, my heart is at joy. Because at least I don't have to wonder anymore. He has to pay the price.
Coming up at 5 p.m., we talk to more relatives of the victim. And is it true that he was dating the suspect's girlfriend? That and more on CBS News Miami. We are in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Ivan Taylor. Back to you.
The search is on for a victim who fell overboard from a cruise ship. The U.S. Coast Guard says crews are searching for a 20-year-old man. He went overboard from the Liberty of the Seas cruise ship this morning. The search ongoing. We'll have the latest as new information comes in. Now at 4, gambling is big business in Florida, and now it's helping the environment. Earlier today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis made a stop in Davie to discuss the issue. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner has the report.
The 2021 gaming compact that the state of Florida signed with the Seminole tribe gave full control of sports betting to the Seminole tribe. And in exchange, the state of Florida would get proceeds from it. But that money was not tied to anything specifically. That is until Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law this morning. That bill essentially divides up $750 million a year that will go toward making our environment better. That includes helping with invasive species, restoring canals from Lake Okeechobee all the way down to the Florida Keys, restoring wetlands. Coming up at 5 on CBS News Miami, we will dive into exactly where this money is going. In Davie, Morgan Reiner, CBS News Miami.
A water main break has been repaired this afternoon. It's after classes were canceled for thousands of students. This is impacting Cypress Bay High School and Falcon Cove Middle School. West End city officials say the water main break originated at the high school. Contractor accidentally hit a 12-inch fire line. The break has been repaired. A temporary boil order has been issued for both schools. The Miami Beach Commission has appointed a new interim city manager. Assistant City Manager Raquel Williams will take over the role. The city will now launch a national search to find a permanent replacement. Outrage after a group of elementary students got left behind at the Miami-Dade Youth Fair. It happened on a school field trip. Miami-Dade Public Schools gave this statement, writing, quote, Miami-Dade County Public Schools is deeply concerned to learn that several students from Charles R. Drew K-8 Center returned to their school from a field trip with a parent instead of their assigned bus. We spoke with the godmother of one of the students left behind. Take a listen.
We have kids that's getting snatched left and right walking home from school. So if this is happening at a supervised field trip, I can only imagine what's happening at fire drills. Are the teachers doing head counts at fire drills?
The family says they are looking for accountability from the school. Now to the Israel-Hamas war. President Joe Biden and Israel's prime minister are set to speak today. CBS News Miami's Natalie Brand tells us what they are expected to discuss.
I would just say that Jacob was a very good, exceptional human being.
The parents of Jacob Flickinger say the 33-year-old new father was hesitant to go to Gaza, but told CBS News as a military veteran he loved serving with World Central Kitchen.
It combined his passion for service and his skills as developed in serving in the military.
Flickinger, a dual U.S.-Canadian citizen, was one of 7 humanitarian workers with World Central Kitchen killed Monday in strikes Israel's military calls a grave mistake.
If it was a terrible mistake, then the Israeli military is extremely incompetent.
I don't think we're an unfortunate mistake. It was really a direct attack on a clearly marked vehicles.
World Central Kitchen founder Jose Andres says he doesn't believe the strikes on the 3-vehicle convoy were a mistake, pointing out his organization had coordinated its movements with Israel's military. He became emotional talking about the killed workers, including Zomi Francom.
Some of the people that died were my friends. Tommy is the nicest angel you will ever meet.
The charity organization is now demanding an independent investigation into the tragic incident. The White House has also called for a swift investigation, but said the U.S. does not plan to conduct its own probe, leaving Israel to investigate itself. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Powerball mania alive and well. When we come back, the new jumbo jackpot up for grabs in a matter of days. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Emergency workers in Taiwan are looking for dozens of people who are missing. It's after the island was hit by its strongest earthquake of this century. CBS News Miami's Ian Lee spoke to an 8-year-old girl. She had to go under a table when her classroom started shaking.
Commuters were traveling to work when the 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Taiwan Wednesday. Boulders came crashing down the mountain, hitting one car and nearly avoiding another. Rescue crews now search for survivors. Over 1,000 have been injured, while more than 100 are still missing, many among the island's mountains. Up a remote valley, a drone discovered these miners stuck on a cliff. Landslides wiped out all the roads. But the epicenter witnessed the most severe damage. CBS's partner, the BBC, is on the ground.
This building is one of them that partially collapsed during yesterday's quake. You can see it's leaning over at a very precarious angle. They're worried that an aftershock could bring the whole building down, so they are reinforcing the base there to stabilize it while operations to go inside and search the building carry on.
The tremor struck as children started their school day. American Kevin Geiger's 8-year-old daughter was in class.
The teacher said, go under the table, go under the table.
So when the earth started shaking, did you know exactly what to do?
Because we had the orange, the hat in our desk, so we took it out and put it on her head.
And I was really happy that she was, like she said, being calm and not freaking out, right?
Important not to freak out, right, Claire?
Yeah.
Claire is a brave little girl, and this morning Taiwan is still experiencing more aftershocks. Claire told me she's not scared because her school taught her what to do. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
The massive Powerball jackpot is growing once again. Here's a look at the winning numbers: 11, 38, 41, 62, 65. The Powerball is 15. The jackpot is now at $1.23 billion. The next drawing will be on Saturday night, and you can see the drawing right here during CBS News Miami at 11. Good luck. That's your Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.